What's up, guys? I just wanted to make another trade recap video for a short position on the micro ES futures that I took this week. So it netted me about 500 and I was risking 227. So my risk to reward was about 2.24. My main target was an actual 4.2R risk to reward, and my trade didn't really work as planned. I was close to my target and it didn't hit, and I'll go over the reasons why I exited a bit early and just my levels and thought process. So on an hourly time frame for ES, the 3960 level has been acting as resistance and support pretty nicely. And so on a shorter term time frame, the 3980 level was key for me to break below and act as resistance. And if we were to, there really wasn't anything stopping us from retesting those levels below. And so my main idea was to get out most of my position at 60 and just hold a couple contracts and see if we were able to get to the 50 and like demand below, which, you know, in hindsight, I mean, didn't really happen. So going on a 2-minute time frame, this is what I was looking at. So we were able to break below with decent momentum, and looking at the tape, I have to pull up the other one. Okay, so once we started breaking below the 80 level, there was actually some sell orders, pretty aggressive, hitting below the bid. So that gave me a bit more confidence on the short side, and I was just waiting for the pullback. So I had some sell limit orders at 80, you know, ready to get filled, as well as the 82 and 84. I did enter with 5 contracts at first, and I had my stop above 90, just because, you know, if we're retracing that much, I'm not really interested in holding short. I want to really see 80 holding and, you know, not really able to get any higher. So looking at the other tape, once we started getting back at the 80, retesting and going actually a bit higher, there was a lot of sell orders. So mainly at the 85 and like 83 area. So there was a lot of absorption going on. Price wasn't able to get any higher, and just all these orders coming in. So it was giving me more confidence on the short side. So I ended up adding 4 other contracts on this candle. So once we broke below, it was on the 1010, and I brought my stop down to 86.75, just because if we were to get above it now, I don't think sellers really have the edge that they did have it in the beginning. So we started going back below 80, which is pretty good. You know, retesting, retesting. So everything was looking good. NASDAQ also is the 650 level I was looking at to hold as resistance as well, which it was. Going on a 15-minute time frame, there was a drop base drop that I was looking at that was pretty valid. So, you know, topping tails for 2 15-minute candles. And so we got the drop, and we weren't really able to stay at the lows, which was kind of a red flag for me. So we actually closed above this previous low, but I was willing to hold and, you know, just get a little bit more context. So looking at this custom index that I watch all the time, so it's just the top 5 heavily weighted stocks in the S&P 500. I don't really watch every individual stock. It's just too much for me, too much noise. So while ES and NQ were making lower lows around 1035, this index was actually making a higher low. So I actually was getting the idea that we could actually get back above the 80 and, go back to 4,000 and all that. I mean, which we did. So on this retracement and pullback, I ended up scaling out. So it was around the 1053. That's when I started getting out, and I basically got out most of my position, in a span of like a minute. But that's really my trade idea. If you have any thoughts, any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.